In this video, I'm going to show you how to use my metadata worksheet to quickly and accurately add metadata to your scripture recording project. So let's get started. First, go to the download information down. If you see my information downloads, you'll see a link to a blog. It will take you to my Google Drive. There you can get album art, book names, chapter names, and this is what we're going to use right now is the meta tag friendly name Excel sheet. And you also can get the scripture recording chart. I have made another video about that. So after I have it downloaded, I go to production, go into metadata, and I put it in here, and I put the SBE for the ethnocode at the beginning. Now, as this opens up, you can, from Audacity, from Reaper, from almost any audio software, add metadata, but this is faster, more accurate, and it actually does checking for you, and I will show you how you do the checking. I put in the ethno code, and that's the ethnologue code here. The language, this is what people are going to see. When they see the file names and the metadata, they're going to see this name. So make sure it's how the people want it. Just because it's in the ethnologue one way, might not be how the people spell it or want it. Then, what is the genre? A lot of times we put multiple Bibles, multiple products on an SD card, and if they bring it up on a smartphone that has audio software, this will group all the Bibles together by the genre. The recording year, I did this in 2022. The copyright holder is WBT, and then this is the distribution format. And so we do all our recording and saving and all that stuff in FLAC, but when we do distribution, we do it in MP3. Then over here, put in the book names, how they spell it. And I copied and pasted this from their New Testament. And we don't need to go to Old Testament because we didn't do Old Testament. Then you come to New Testament here. So here is all the metadata that we have. And it's, unless you enter the information incorrectly here and here, it's going to be correct. So come into here, and you can change any of this stuff here. If you want to change it, it is protected, so if I try to change it, it's going to say you can't do that, but you can go up, unprotect it, and make any changes that you want. You can also change the headings here. So make whatever changes that you want that will work for you. So here we have the genre. That's kind of the overall for all the Bibles. Then we have the artist. So the artist, and this is where we put in the language, and we do put in the ethnocode, and that goes into the metadata. And then we have the album. So the album, each book of the Bible is a new album. And also, we have each chapter here is a new song, a new title. And you can see that 01 is track 01. And then for the next album, track 1 is Mark 1. So the way that you do it is if you do not have chapter heads, you can unprotect it and you can right click here and you can say hide. But because I do have chapter files and I do want to use those as metadata, I keep them there. I do not have a New Testament introduction. So I'm going to go from here, title, and I'm going to go all the way there down to the very bottom, down to Revelation 22. I'm going to take that guy and I'm going to copy him. So Control C, and then I'm going to open up a notepad. I'm using Notepad++, and then I'm going to paste it. So Control V, paste it, and I'm going to make it smaller so you can see how it is. And so you can see that there's 287 there. And so it all comes in, and that's what we want. And this is the format you want, and you want to save it. So I go here and I hit the save, and I want it to go into my project here under productions, under metadata, and then I'm going to call it metadata txt. So I'm going to hit save. And now I have all my metadata ready to go, so I can close that. The next thing you want to do, find a link down in the description to a software called MP3 Tag. So I want to open that up. So I've opened MP3 Tag, and I have it here. And I'm going to take it and pull it over. And I want to go to my master folder. So I'm going to take this, and this has all my master files in it. And this is why I have them all in one, because it makes it easier if they're in folders. That makes it more difficult. Go back to MP3 Tag, and I'm going to take this whole folder, take it, and drop it in there. It's going to take a little bit of time to copy them all over. And here they all are. And they don't have any metadata. So if you click here, but the thing I do is you click here, Control A will select all, and then I say remove all tags. Just want to make sure that they're all cleaned up. So do you want to remove it? Yes. Here you really can't do any damage. You can maybe go in here and delete a file, but you can rewrite the metadata, delete it and all that stuff many times, and you're not going to be able to hurt it. Okay, now we're going to come up here, and it's text file to tag. Remember we made that text file of our metadata? You can also go up here, and it's text file to tag here also. Same thing. Click on that. Okay, here you want to find the location. So we're going to go in here, and it's not in the masters. Going to go up here. We're going to go into production, metadata, and here it is right here. Metadata. So I'm going to double click on that, but then it's going to need the format string. So we need to go back to the Excel sheet and bring that up, and it's this top line in black. So if you take this top line right here, so even if you edit it, you have to have the percents on the sides here, but even if you change it, so I made this really simple, so anybody can do it, hopefully. You copy it, and you go to here, Control A, and I'm going to delete it, okay? And then you Control V, we'll paste it, and then this is the format that we need. This way it knows how to bring in the data, what order it's in. If we go back to here, see we have the track number, then we have the disk number, etc., you know, the copyright, this is in the comment. So it needs to know what these fields are, and they're separated. So we come back here, say OK. So we click OK, and it's doing 287 files here. So it's going to take a while. Okay, they're in. And so you see the information here. So you can look and you can double check. So this is Matthew, and when you click over here, if you have them all selected, if there's multiple information, so all these have this artist, but the album's different, the year's the same, the genre is the same, the comment's the same, but it'll say keep if it's something different. So if I click here, this is Mateo 1, okay, and here it is 41, and we do put the number in front here so it will sort correctly, the track and everything. And so it's a little bit hard to see because I have it zoomed in, but you have it here. But the thing you do, this is the checking. You go all the way to the bottom, and if this Revelation 22 is correct, then you have it all correct. If you're missing a file, an audio file, it will be incorrect. All of a sudden, something will be missing. You will see that you mean that this is not Revelation 22. If you messed up on your metadata, it won't be correct. So if this Revelation 22 and all this data in here is correct, then you know that you have the correct number of metadata and correct number of files. So this is a good way that I've been able to check it, and I have found mistakes that a file was missing for some reason, and I had to output that, render it out, and somehow I forgot it and missed it, and then put the metadata in, and so it's a good way to help check. Now they're all here, but it's a little bit hard to see because it's zoomed in so much. There's no album art. So you can add album art. So you go back to my folders here, and you go back to production, and if you download it, so under metadata, I have album art, and I have different kind of album art. I have this that's royalty free. We do have this plain cross, and we have space up here because for English, here we have all the, so here's for Second Colossians. So let's go ahead and you can make your own, but we're going to keep it simple, and we're just going to do this album art right here. So I'm going to bring up my MP3 tag software, put it off to the side a little bit here. If I just click one and take it and drag it and drop it in there, now you have to hit save. When you did the other, you didn't have to do the save. It already saved it for you. But you hit save. And so if you click on Matthew 1, there's no album art. But here, there is album art. So if I go Control A, all of it, take this album art, take it, drag it in there, and save, it's going to take a little bit of time because it's putting all that in there. This does add size to your files, but it's not really that significant. Album art should be 200 by 200 pixels or 300 by 300 pixels. And so you can choose what you want. You can use our album art or make your own. We've made our own many of times. So that's how you add metadata. So let's go here, and then let's go back to our masters. Go to the master, and you click on it. Now when I click on here, all the metadata, you can see it right here. So it's in here. You see the album art, you see the book name, the year. So it's all in here. It's all correct. And so that's how you add metadata. Please subscribe, like, and share this video. And check out these other videos of mine.